I sign in, and I am joined here by Crackshot,
Hello, guys.
Greater Ninja,
Yo.
and Helveticano.
Buenos dias.
And this is a Final 8 match right here between Red Alert and the League of Shadows. If the winner of this team will go on to face Aces High in the semifinals, and the losers will be out of the tournament. So this is Pornexus' team versus the Russians, who are nominally led by Ivan Opala, but I think they usually say they don't really have a captain.
They're a communist collective.
Yeah. So in the bottom right, we have the League of Shadows with Pornexus on Raven with Imp, Zorba going range missiles, War going standard opening on Colossus 4-3, Thunder going hull, 1 armor, 1 gat, Butt Hairs going range missiles or rockets, and Destroyer X going range missiles. So, 2 BCs, Frigate, Colossus, Dreadnought, Raven. Alright, what do we have from Red Alert?
And on the blue side, we have Ivan opening hull, 1 gat, 1 armor. Danya White opening up kite with 1 missile. Sonic on the Raven opening up EMP. Hawk on the Colossus opening up a 4-3 build, pretty standard there. And Vigo Deer on the Overlord with the Plague open. And Sever, the bottom Dreadling, opening up full armor and 1 gat.
Well,
Wow,
I'm already
so double
disappointed. Sonya's not on the Void Ray. What am I gonna watch now? I don't know where the kills will be.
It's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I was under the impression Sonya's pretty exclusively plays Void Ray. But it is definitely very surprising that he's not on an outside lane ship.
I think TLOS definitely expected the Void Ray with their 2 PC comp.
Yeah, they were like,
little...
okay, so Sonya will be Void Ray, that's for sure. So how do we deal with that? Okay, let's go 2 BC.
Yeah, this will be an interesting matchup to see how the missiles will fare for the TLOS later on in the game here.
The ref is out of position on the right.
He's a little bit extended, but I don't think they can cut very easily here. It's really just Thunder that could get on him, but Thunder doesn't have charges, so without the charges, cutting and killing is a little bit harder.
This is very interesting.
Just want to make a.
Oh, they are going to do the cut there. You were right on that, Ninja.
In their middle, you saw Thunder trying to tank a lot of damage without damage being really dealt behind it. That's something that TLOs need to be aware of, is whenever their middle tank is pushing.
The cut, but then they didn't. And oh god, we have a pause.
Hopefully it's not going to be only a 2-hour pause. Like
No,
before.
it wasn't a 2-hour pause. It was a 40-minute pause.
It's very signature.
That's the classic Greater Ninja pause. That's how you do it in a tournament match, man.
I'm a little surprised that Red Alert is being pushed when they have 3 tanks versus 2. And
Yeah,
an
they
Obi.
have a lot of ground there.
Yeah, well, the kite damage is going to do a lot early, but I think later on, TLOs are going to have a hard time if they don't take out a ship pretty soon.
Yeah, they don't really have a strong response to the Overlord, right? They pretty much have to kill the rest of the team before they're going to be able to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
The longer this game goes on, I think Red Alert has I feel like they have the stronger in-game composition here.
Yes, most definitely.
For sure. And the BORS Open that Red Alert chose to implement here, it's the most popular Open this tournament for a mid-game composition, and one of the most successful also.
No, yeah, with Double D on either side lane, I mean, this is the opening we have seen this tournament. This is the composition that a lot of teams are running. Mm-hmm. Has Star Battle been solved?
And we'll cut to commercial break.
And now a word from our sponsors. No. So, I certainly don't think that this is over just because Red Alert has the nominally stronger in-game comp. TLOS is up 60 farm right now, which is not that significant at 3 minutes into the game. But the question is, do you think they will be able to push and hold a contain? I mean, you were already surprised that they have a push going against 3 tanks.
No, I'm saying that early game's going to be a lot better. So, as you approach like the 15-20 minute mark, then I think that's when the BCs and the frigate are going to start to be a little less dangerous in relation to the other team, and they'll be able to kind of push a little bit more at will. But for that first like 20 something minutes, it's going to be pretty hard fought battle.
Game resumed.
All right. And I think this game has now already lasted longer than some of the other first matches we've seen in the Final 8.
If we look at Severf on the right, he's only got 1 armor. He does have reinforced hull, but if the team jumps on him, he could definitely die.
They already threatened it once, so they have to know that it can come. But they threatened it, then they didn't commit. So it seems like TLOS really just wants to hold
straight onto them.
Now Severf is the one who cuts.
Bottom Dread's pushing in.
They're going for Thunder.
Top Dread also cutting down here.
Raven does not have a lot of shields. Thunder is at 4,000 life.
That should be a kill.
Well, they don't have charges, so they don't have lots of burst damage. 2,800 life. Raven is out of shields. He's stopped taking damage. He's still at 2,700.
He got out of the range.
There's enough cover from the other ships, and they turn. There's a turn on Sanic the Raven. Turn back. Nope, no kill there. And this is going to be a no kill, I'm thinking. Those are some dangerous calls in the early game, man.
So Red Alert with a strong push, they take some farming room. They'll be able to go on to even probably on the score here.
Yeah, I would think so. They weren't really very far down before. Generally, 30-60 farm in the first 5 minutes does not make a difference as you get out. Thunder coming out with bots. Pouring just more energy. Destroyer scan. Butt hairs.
10 missiles on Destroyer.
Wow. Oh yeah, Zorba's at 6 missiles. War picked up Lance. And Destroyer X with 10 missiles, 9 range. Interesting choice.
Yeah,
I guess they're
that
imagining
he goes
that
missiles over lockdown.
Yeah, since they don't have the OV, they need Destroyer doing damage, right? They need the missile damage.
It's a tough call because the 3 tanks, they certainly will need the lockdown, yet they're choosing high damage over any lockdown.
Well, I think they're imagining they're just going to have Zorba eventually on lockdown. He has 6 missiles for right now, so they went both missiles for this out.
Looks like Red Alert setting up a warp from the bottom side there.
Did they scan? Oh, there's the scan.
Yeah, I think they caught it though. I don't know if Pornexus has radar yet.
No, they just scanned. But yeah, we can check.
Yeah, no radar yet.
Okay. So threatening the warp trick, and then they do warp. Then now it's more of a warp in rather than a warp trick.
Ko's got hardened shield.
Yvonne got protective. Severf is just on bots. Amigo 350 energy, 2 mutas and siphon. Sonya 5 missiles. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be a little bit of a missile war here. And Sanic actually picks up PDD. This is a 8-minute PDD from our Red Alert Raven.
It definitely makes sense when you have...
Yeah, I mean, if you have a VC with 10 missiles and there's...
Yeah, for sure.
Why not? So Thunder rotated with Destroyer X to the side lane so that they have 2 tanks in mid now, and then Destroyer X ideally was going to be trying to kite Severf in the side lane. I think this was part of the reasoning behind the missile builds on the side, on each BC, right? And so that each BC can cut to the side lane and start kiting the Ds.
Well, each BC was on the outside fence from the get-go.
is one of, I mean, we have how many dreadnoughts in this game?
3.
We have 3 dreadnoughts and no charges. I think that's gotta be a first this tournament. Everyone is just anticipating the charges.
Should we take bets on when they start to get charges?
It's gonna be this up, I bet.
I mean, I think that's part of the meta, right? Is that just so few people are running the Leviathan now, and so many people are running D in the side lane that each team is trying to think of, okay, how do we deal with these side lane Ds? How do we best optimize? And a lot of the time, hull and just a little bit of armor and gats will actually win out against the charges, so long as you can just dodge a couple of them.
TLOS again on their second push manages to hold a very strong forward position. They won the mid cloud, and now they're on red alert side of the map.
Yep,
Yeah,
they're
they're
taking
doing good fighting.
almost a 200 farm lead.
This is very
Pretty
surprising,
strong.
as Red Alert has several counters to the missiles.
Yeah, they have the hardened shield, they have the PDD, but it's just a matter of, you know, they had to transition so not all of their ships have continuous energy. So they have the responses, they just can't cast them frequently enough to push out as quickly as they might like. It's still not a big loss for them, they're still fine.
Oh yeah, I see them taking it over as TLOS. They don't have protective field. They don't have hardened shield. They don't have lockdown yet.
Or
Yeah, if the BCs get locked down, they'll definitely make their dreads
yeah,
Destroyer X has picked up
have to work
lockdown.
really hard for a long time.
only 275
Once the
energy
BCs
though,
get
that's
locked down.
maybe like 3 lockdowns. But the Zorba is coming back with 1,000 minerals, so he should be able to get enough energy for sustained lockdown. And
Alright,
also
so
gets
yeah,
healed.
lockdown, warp, 350 energy, some range, speed.
and 10 missiles. So he's still focusing on kiting while also picking up lockdown and energy.
You got Torp on the frigate coming out, and Destroyer X also has lockdown now too.
So are we going to see some butt hairs drift torp here? Is that what we're in store for? I'm looking forward
Looks
to
like
this.
it, yep.
I'm excited now.
Yep.
We got the 13-minute butt hair drift torp coming up.
I want to see some canceling on the Torps too. That'd be awesome.
What is the secret to canceling torps, Crack?
Oh, I can't say that.
Yeah, that's so classified.
It's a trade secret.
We can't just broadcast that to everybody.
Yeah. But I think Butt Hair's knows how to do it.
I wonder if he would even go for a mothership torp.
Not this time, it seems.
Yeah. He's like, I'd rather save it. Use it to hold off a push or something, maybe. Lock with 450 energy, 8 shields coming out. Sonya with 400 energy lockdown, and the defensive Sever still no protective field, 10 gats, 5 armor.
Red Alert's moved their Dreadnought Sever to the mid.
Yep. Now it's time for Amigo Deer to start getting fed. He needs to start really getting that side blast up.
Severus Dreadnought is 182 speed. Looks like they're gonna go for a rundown
He's
soon.
really focusing.
I think he just pushed the push. I don't think that there was any one
Yeah,
specific
it's
target.
a fight over the cloud here. Who is the master
Nice
of
play.
clouds? The Colossus is low enough. I think this is going to be the Torp. Torp and... No?
Ooh.
Wow, I'm surprised. I was really thought... I was expecting a Torp there.
It looked like he was getting ready to do it, but the Colossus was a little too far away to be able to finish off effectively.
Yeah. That and the Dread was kind of getting his butt back there. It probably would have hit him first and only splashed on the Colossus. Still, I mean, you know, that would still be 10,000 damage on 2 ships. That would be enough for a solid push. You know, you don't always have to kill everyone with the Torp to make it effective. If you get a solid push out of it, solidify a farm lead, it can still be worth it.
Yeah,
Top
and
lane
at least have a
DC's
chance to
getting
use
pushed
it
right
rather
there.
than just sitting on it.
Lockdown preventing Hawk from maintaining Hardened Shield. But they're holding the Cloud, so he doesn't need it as badly right now. Yeah, I feel like TLOS is winning the energy war, but now losing the Cloud.
Yep, they're approaching that 20-minute mark, which is what I kind of said. Like they would be stronger in the early game, but as you approach mid and late game, it'll get harder for them unless they can pull off some kill here pretty soon.
Yeah, and with Scan, I mean, it's not like they have a lot of easy access to warp tricks. They have the Raven, so they have to be assuming there's radar by now. And they do have a frigate, so they could always try to do a warp trick, you know, with the frigate, but the frigate has not yet bought jammers, so can't really do that. And the farm is remarkably even.
Yep, farm's evening out. Red Alert, if you remember, was down over 200 at one point. Now they've caught up and actually taken the lead.
Yeah, 200 is usually, it's not too hard to catch up on 200, especially when you have 3 tanks and you can push in and hold it a little bit. And this is just a reminder, we're at the 20-minute mark and we have 3 Dreadnoughts, none of which have charge. I'm actually kind of surprised War does not have Hardened Shield. He picked up Recharge and Lance, but not Hardened.
And he's pushed into the entire Red Alert fleet now by himself.
Nice lance by Huck.
Yeah, War is gonna take a lot of damage.
You would almost think that the missiles would do more to these dreadnoughts even through protective field, but not so much. Seems like they, you know, as soon as the protective field goes up, they just stop taking damage. Even
Oh, yeah,
against level 10, 11 missiles.
Well, they're utilizing the Dreadnought's armor bug, which basically they will take very little or no damage.
TLOS gonna get another short farm lead until Red Alert pushes out again.
And Severus has picked up charges.
Alright, there we go. It took 21 minutes, but we got there. No protective field. That's
Yeah, that is interesting that he doesn't have protective shield yet.
Both Red Alert Dreadnoughts have 10 armor also. They are beasts.
2,000 damage on
Yep.
Amigo Deer
They're
Side
going
Blast.
straight up tank.
It can be very expensive to keep up against just straight armor, right?
Yeah, because you get added 4 armor per upgrade, I think, right?
Yeah, so since each VC would be having to do it, it can be kind of worth it to just go heavy armor and make them keep committing more and more into missiles, which means they're not committing more and more into energy, never getting infinite Yamato or anything else like that that could be perhaps more dangerous for the Overlord. Second pause this game or first pause from Pornexus, second pause in the game. Zorba taking a little bit of a fight with Sever from the side lane, but nothing too exciting going on. So, what do you guys think? Is this going to go to Red Alert, or do you think TLOS is going to be able to pull this off?
I think it's still pretty much up in the air. Either team could come up with a kill here on a strong push. Although it looks like it's favoring Red Alert slightly. They have a heavier composition. Their Overlord is a pretty good wild card.
Yeah, so their Overlord's got 13 range on Side Blast. He has the most range out of all the players.
He's
Next
also
up,
got the most farm out of everybody in the game as well.
and Byhairs needs Rip Wave to go through the PDD. He's being utilized in the middle. BCs are going more so missiles versus lockdown and energy. So I see the tanks pushing more and more.
One of the biggest differences is in the Ravens. We have Sanic going PDD and Pornexus going defensive matrix. So obviously it wouldn't really make sense for Pornexus to have defensive matrix against the enemy helm. But what do you think about Sanic not having matrix, right? That's one of the really good archetypal Raven stalls.
I mean, I think it's fine because they're. If you look at the competition of the three tanks, like they're not going to be in too much danger where each of the tanks is going to have to get DMAP. So the Dreads both will have Pro Field, the Colossus has his Hardened Shields. So he's not usually going to have to typically try to like force save somebody with a DMAP. So the tanks can always step in usually.
Yeah, and the PDD does also kind of help the Hardened Shield of the Colossus in that it just takes fewer shots and it can stay up longer. My main thought is that you really just have to believe in your Overlord that the Overlord is not going to get caught, because if they did get on the Overlord, PDD is not necessarily going to be enough to save that ship. So I think it's just a lot of faith in Amigo Deer, knowing that okay, this guy knows how to position himself, how to not get into trouble.
Red Alert looking to hold the cloud here a little bit, perhaps. They stayed with their siege creep, their Tempest that had come up through the middle.
War's overcommitted. He has no Hardened Shield still.
Oh, he's taking a lot of damage.
He's probably going to die.
Oh, that's definitely.
Very likely.
Denied. He cannot use his shield recharge at 40.
Health going up.
Oh, they turn up.
Only Ivan was able to stay on the push there.
War really needs Hardened Shield at this point of the game.
Yeah.
And Red Alert holds the mid cloud. That was a big hold for them, big stand.
Now, at some point here, pretty soon here, Hornet Excess only has 140 farm. Sanic has 400 though. I'm guessing that Sanic might pick a Blackout in the next pack, considering there's no Zerg ships for TLOS. Blackout is will become a very big problem on this next pack. So Thunder, I think, is going to live here, but it's the next pack that I'm wondering about. I'm thinking that there could very easily be a kill in the next 10 minutes once they go back again. So they're holding it for right now.
Red Alert has been out for a pretty long time now. I think since the 20-minute mark, they haven't had a necessity to go back and upgrade. All of them are
sitting on 1200.
1200, whoa.
And the farm lead has switched. Red Alert is now ahead by 300.
So Verf, a Dreadnought going back to base with 800 farm, then that is nice.
Actually 900 now.
But yeah, Amigo Deer, I'm having to think is going to put most of this into a combination of energy and just the power of the blast, yeah?
Yeah, probably, yeah. That'd be my guess.
I think at this point, Zorba as a VC needs more energy for lockdown. Red Alert seems to be denying more than TLOS now.
Lock-in vulnerabilities, Sanic Blackout, 525 energy, Sonya 600 energy for the lockdown, Yvonne 450 energy with looks like not fully upgraded protective field. Subverf not fully upgraded. Oh no, wait, no, 15 seconds. That is just about fully upgraded. Oh, well, it's pretty high. 14 Gants on Sever. 8-2 speed. Try not to overcommit. Zorbik makes a bad turn.
Oh, look at that
Cornexus can
side
keep him
blast.
up.
2600.
Nigo Deer is up to 2600 on the side blast with 525 energy.
Game paused.
Third pause, second one from Yvonne.
So that's the end of the third quarter.
Well, I mean, yeah, if each 10 minutes is a quarter, right? If you're imagining a 40-minute game, then that would be correct. We have seemed to be. Seems like we're getting one every 10 minutes here.
So let's identify the vulnerabilities. Yeah, I see Ivan Opala. He's 1-7 as a dread. He is probably their slowest ship. So he's a good potential target. But as far as TLOS, War needs Hardened Shield Steel. It's like 30-minute mark. He needs Hardened Shield. Zorba, he's got 400 energy. I definitely think he needs more energy to deny the tanks.
Yeah, we're at 30 minutes. Why on earth does War not have Hardened Shield by now? He doesn't. I don't understand.
Yeah, if I'd be poor Nexus, I'd be freaking out as
What did
soon
he
as I
choose to
saw
put
that.
What did he choose to put his money into there?
Shield recharge
Um,
and lance and energy.
Shield recharge, yeah.
Game resumed.
Whoa, the drift on Hawk.
He's also underfarmed. War has the least farm on the map, I believe. Except for Sanic. The Raven.
Sanic, yeah, Sanic's a little lower, but. Look at that plague.
Ooh, another plague.
Nigo Deer is a fierce overlord.
Red Alert is regrouping
Red Alert
in the mid
seems
cloud.
happy. Yeah, they seem happy to back up to the cloud there.
Don't want to take more damage on the siege creeps than they have to. Of course, Hawk can take it in a way that War cannot. Siege creeps and Red Alert coming up along the bottom.
Okay, so Destroyer X has a nuclear bomb. It could potentially be used on Ivan Opala. That could change the tide of war.
Well, that would only do 4,500 damage, right? So that would be less than half of Yvonne's life. So they would need a lot more than just a nuke. Ideally, I think Destroyer would need to want to nuke and hit 2 with Blackout.
Did we say that Sanic did get blackout?
And
Yeah, Sanic was in Blackout for a while
triple
now.
plague.
I think, yeah, for a few minutes. Cornexus does not have Blackout. He did actually also pick up PvD. That seems like an odd choice to me, but okay. Sonya only has 5 missiles. Hawk has 6 missiles, so... I mean, there is some damage being mitigated there. A little bit surprised he wouldn't just, keep saving it for Blackout.
Okay, so it looks like all tanks except for Red Alert's Colossus is 1-8.
War is... Oh, yeah. Hawk is 7-1. Yeah, you're right. But Harris has Boost, or Afterburners rather, and he's at 8-2. Cornexus is at 9-1, Zorva's at 9-2, and Thunder's at 8-2. Nigo Deer's 9-2. Wow.
Both the Red Alert Dreadnoughts have now gone to 10 shields. Sever is 1 point short of 10. That gives them constant energy regeneration even in combat on
Oh,
the
shield
shields.
regeneration.
Shield regeneration, right.
Yeah, Severth looks like he just missed it. He's only at 9.
9, 10. 9's good enough most of the time.
Yeah, when you're
There's a
taking
difference
damage,
between
you don't wanna do
regeneration
it.
in combat and regeneration as soon as combat ends.
Pretty much, yeah. The level 10 gives you the constant even during combat.
And a lot of the time, a big part of the appeal is also the boost to the emergency shields where...
Ooh, Thunder is pushing too much. I think Sonya is looking for a blackout.
Ooh.
Well, no, it's not. Zorba does not have a nuke. Zorba is starting to work on Yamato. Destroyer has the nuke, and he's cutting in now in case this gets too hot. Destroyer, I feel, is trying to decide whether this is the right kind of nuke. You know, Butt Harris has had a torp for, I think, 15 minutes, and we still haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Why buy it if you don't use it?
It was like that one time with the Colossus, right? Where, you know, he couldn't quite get a kill on the Colossus, so he just didn't use it. I think that they're sacrificing, you know, their pushing power a little bit when they just don't use abilities.
Yeah, it's like he's waiting for that
Yeah,
perfect opportunity, but
that could have been 400 minerals that you stuck into energy.
Yeah.
You know, anything else that would actually help you constantly.
Amigo Deer has passed the 1,000 farm mark now.
Ooh.
Pretty dominant on the lower side of that map.
Magos is up to 2,800. It's starting to pretty dangerous.
These matches can be very stressful for some players and very fun for others. Like, I imagine Amigo Deer must be just having a blast here.
While Thunder's like, I hate my life.
Thunder is trying to push here. Ivan is cut in on Zorba, just trying to push him back. Thunder is, he should be okay.
Taking a lot of damage.
Taking every
that-
time
that
Amigo
DNAT
just
leak.
shoots a side blast though.
Yeah, the problem here is the Ovi has tremendous damage, has the most range by at least 2. Frigate has only 11 range. That Ovi is just gonna take pot shots nonstop.
It would
I
be
think
wise
that a
here
lot of
for TLOS to look to set up a warp trick to try to get behind Red Alert.
Yeah, that would be one big play, but it's still hard with the Raven. Yeah, they would have to be butt hairs picking up Jammer to set something like that. But yeah, I think, you know, still a big part of this just goes back to the opening where Red Alert, I think, recognized that they were playing Sonya, and they knew that TLOS and some of these other teams are really worried about Sonya, so they're like, okay, well, let's not run the Void Ray then. Hope that they overcommit to dealing with the Void Ray, and then we have the stronger in-game comp. Kind of some meta-game play here.
Yeah, I mean, at least this series isn't just a one and done though, so it is best of 3.
Yeah.
So they can always learn from that, right?
Yeah, Pornexus and TLOS, if they lose this match, which they haven't yet, they haven't lost a ship yet, they are not terribly down on form. This is still a game. But if they lose this just because of comp, they can still come back in the next game.
Ooh. Tower could go down.
They may get the tower.
Yeah, maybe.
It's pretty close.
I don't think
Almost.
they're going to overcommit to it, though.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
got it!
Took the baby.
Nice job. Nice job.
Yeah, Red Alert took just a little bit too much time there upgrading.
And when you have the 2 BCs and the frigate, you can take towers real fast.
It looks like Red Alert is planning to siege. Severf has got siege. They're probably going to protect him and start taking out a tower.
675 energy on Sonny. Looks like he's really just focusing on maintaining lockdown. No nuke yet.
Destroyer's launched a nuke on Severf.
He'll be fine.
Ooh, it's a good
Blackout.
That is a good blackout. Hit 3.
They got Sanic, so Sanic cannot respawn with his own blackout yet.
They need to lock
But
Hawk down.
Some of these
Zorba's
Zorba is
going
very
dead.
low.
Zorba's, yeah, incredibly low.
Thunder now taking a lot of damage. And some damage is going to get on Cornexus himself here, I think. Oh, maybe not.
Wow.
Zorba cuts down.
Oh no.
Yvonne and
Where's he
Hawk.
going?
Wait, what
Oh,
is.
they see him though. Okay.
He's
attempting to
warping.
warp.
He
He's
should make
he's safe.
this.
He's safe. Yeah.
Severf has sieged up in the middle with one BC helping him. And they're heading on
shields.
that bottom tower.
1,650 damage. The Gauze Blast. And first tower goes down. Torp is going to hit. He goes down to 6,000 HP.
War needs to get invulnerability on the Colossus at this point.
He does, for the record, now have Hardened Shield. I was wrong 10 minutes ago. I thought there was going to be a kill when the blackouts came out for the 45-minute mark. It seems like that won't be the case, except, I guess, on the towers. Amigo Deer is going back with 500.
And Red Alert here at the 45-minute mark almost holds a 500 farm lead.
Game paused.
And that's the end of the fourth quarter.
All right, guys. I guess we're going to a 5th quarter now.
The 5th quarter, yeah, that's my favorite quarter, personally. Destroyer X has every single BC ability, if I'm not mistaken. If you can cast it on a BC, he's got it. Thunder does not have anything other than Protective Field, bots, 600 energy, 13 armor, and 10 gats. War does not have invulnerability, as you mentioned earlier. Zorba does not have nuke. Pornexus has, really the 4, or the 3 at least, main abilities, and also PDD. Do you pick up anything else here? I mean, is there... I know that you'll get Irradiate
Game
versus
resumed.
Guardians most of the time. Do you ever get Irradiate versus a Overlord?
No, I don't. One thing that the Overlord could be getting though is Contaminate, especially since the red team is balling up pretty consistently. If he throws that on there, he'd be halving their damage for the whole output of the Contaminate.
Hawk is still going even after invulnerability is up. Yvonne warps in. They just want to make sure they get their upgrades, but they do not let that second tower go down. They want to keep at least one of the 2 towers. Mothership does very little damage if both towers go down. And has significantly reduced range as well. Holding the cloud now for Red Alert. And then it looks like they'll be able to push down further, perhaps. So much damage everywhere that, with Severf on the side lane, they do have to be careful. We're now at 45 minutes, and the... Oh, wait! Baharis did cast his Torp. When did Baharis cast his Torp?
He threw it at Severf when he was
siege.
sieged up.
Oh, right. So he did use it. He did use it there.
He did once so far. Once.
Once, on a completely stationary target.
Thunder should have proximity mines, just at the very least basic ones when they retreat.
Yeah, this would be a good time to start picking up. Yeah, 600 energy. Just
got a
getting
lot
them
of
out
farm.
there is a good idea. You can't be counting on them because of the scan. And it's always possible that Amigo Deer, once they see them, will pick up Spotter.
That Psy Blast.
Psy Blast. If Amigo can get on Pornexus for 3 Psy Blasts, Pornexus will go down. And at 275 minerals, he can't even get pin shields.
At this point in the game, I believe the Dread needs a little bit more energy on TLOS. And proximity mines. That will certainly help when they're trying to run them down.
You mean charge?
Charge. Yeah, proximity.
Interesting that Red Alert abandoned their contain here. They're going back to upgrade after holding for not very long.
Yeah, say they're not going back with a lot of money.
Well,
Like, I know
Seville,
he's only going back
I
with
think what it
380,
is that
so.
some ships have a lot of money, but some
All
don't,
fully
right? So what
healthy.
happened last time is that 3 ships pushed off so that they wouldn't lose the tower while the other 3 upgraded. So now the other 3 want to get back and upgrade. Although that's not actually canon what we're seeing. The 2 most fed ships, Severf and Amigo, are not the ones going back immediately. But they're also the ones who are most needed to hold the tower. Is Amigo gonna warp in? Yeah. Invulnerability goes up to push Thunder out. Amigo warps in on Subverf.
This is a good time to use Blackout as Red Alert's all balled up.
Yeah. Thunder is
Now,
okay.
Gonna happen soon.
Blackout hits 3 ships. This is the Colossus. Yvonne is okay. Sonya is okay. Hawk is probably going to be a... Hawk is the one
They're
most...
dinging Hawk. Why'd they back off?
Oh, they got nuked.
Severf, okay. Oh, Zorba.
Oh, Zorba.
Amigo's just waiting for that one ship to get a little... Ooh, Blackout goes down, hits War and Thunder. Both Blackouts now are down. The nuke is down. I think the only ultimate left is
I don't
Butthurst's
think there would be a
Torp.
kill right here, though.
Is Butthurst going to use Torp here?
And
No.
probably not.
Probably not. He likes to use his Rift Wave and his quick reload. It's turned
Isn't
into
necessarily
a...
bad. He just needs to focus not to somebody other than the Dreads or the
Ooh.
Colossus. He can focus the OV or the Raven with all
Yeah.
those missiles. They'll hurt, but
The farming ups have started to suffer for some of TLOS. Most of them are now on 3-shot. In fact, almost all of them. Although, really, it's 3-shot just all around here.
yeah, everybody looks like they're on 3-shot.
It's a 15-minute game with each team having lost a tower.
The League of Shadows will most likely need another nuke if they go double siege.
I think Zorba did not have the nuke before, right? So they do both
Correct.
now have nukes.
Do they?
Yep, both nukes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they both do.
Here comes the siege from Severus.
On the... You can get on the tower. Here's the Torp. Thunder tries to get away. I think he actually gets splashed there on it.
It hardly does any damage.
He needs proximity mines. He could have just pooped on the Dread, right?
There's a nuke coming in. Severus is going to have to unsiege.
Whoa,
And a black-
Zorba's
wasted
at
the blackout,
1300.
though.
Amigo
Sonic's
does
blackout
not
is up.
get the last side blast off. Subverf is
Ooh,
6,000. Hawk is about to eat a nuke. Oh, the nuke does not connect. Thunder is at 5,000. Things seem to be stabilizing. Hot engage with no kill. There were some close calls there.
Right there, when that went down, if Thunder had mines, he could have just laid them on the siege Dread, and it would have done tremendous damage.
Yeah, the charges, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I like to differentiate between mines and charges. Just 'cause-
Explosive charge. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they were called proximity mines before.
Yeah, well, it was like a different ability. It used to be the Dread used to have mines, but then they got moved to the frigate when the frigate was released.
War is in tremendous trouble.
Yes, he is 5,000. Yvonne is on him. Yvonne is locked down. Cannot cast charges. He has to back off. He's at 4,000.
Yvonne.
Thunder's
Hawk-
at 4,000. Yvonne's at 4,000.
Thunder's in a really bad spot too, though.
Yeah, agreed.
Thunder's 2,000. Amigo is not in range of Thunder. And they've retaken the Cloud. Thunder wants to stay and just push back out with his bots.
Yeah, so after a hell of a lot of damage exchanged right there, Red Alert manages to hold the cloud.
They have sieged in the
And they
cloud.
sieged
This
the
is our
cloud.
cloud now.
He's like, come at me, bro. Get on my level with this siege.
Tempest is coming out to support the cloud.
Level 20 siege. Yeesh.
Siege does nothing to harden shield, though. That's the thing, is
That's
that
true.
the siege only really can hurt 4 ships. Ooh, Pornexus takes a shot from the side blast.
Okay, so War has invulnerability now. He needs more energy though.
And War pops invulnerability. Is that for the first time?
I believe that is. The War should be turning on that Dreadnought that's locked down, but he's not.
Thunder's 7,000 pushing in. Yvonne is safe at 7,000.
Donyx Blackout is up.
But Harris does have Torp available. Hawk is holding the cloud. Zorba's trying to push in. TLOS has taken the cloud. And Red Alert will try to get some upgrades without losing their tower here. They're up 800 farm.
That's what TLOS should go for. They should go for the tower right now.
Yeah, that's what they want to do, and I think Red Alert is anticipating this. Subverf is trying to think, okay, do I siege here to hold them off the tower? Sonya wants to hold the tower. Yvonne did get back to get upgrades, and he is going to cut down now. Subverf has sieged. Now Sonic and Sonya go back for upgrades. This is very careful gameplay from Red Alert, just to make sure that they hold this tower. Ooh. The small window of opportunity here, but I don't think it's enough for TLOS to take advantage of.
Yeah, the other Dread's cutting back in.
Yvonne just trying to push Destroyer X off so that everyone can get their upgrades.
Yvonne is now 192.
Hawk is at 21 shields, 15 missiles, 700 energy.
Red Alert just seems so much more
Game
organized when they
paused.
go to defend their tower.
And here
And
we
go to
are
upgrade.
at the end of the 5th quarter, entering the 6th quarter. The Psy Blast for Amigo Deer is 3,750 damage. Yeah, Ninja, can you set password on their channel?
Yeah, one moment.
We banned him.
Well, I think this has been the best Final 8 game to watch so far.
Yeah, lots of back and forth. Nobody's gotten killed yet. Just been a fun game all around.
We have 8 ships. No, 7 ships over 1,000 farm. We have seen the full range of gameplay here. No Leviathans, no Arbiters, no Guardians. Widowmaker. Just probably some board troll, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe just someone confused.
Game resumed.
Now, one thing to bear in mind here is that there is no hour-and-a-half fixed requirement on Final 8 games, as far as I know. But I think at least TLOS and probably Red Alert 2 really only have like a 3-hour window to get the 2 to 3 games in. So if this game goes to an hour-and-a-half or 2 hours, we might not even get Red Alert versus TLOS fully resolved today. They might have to go to tomorrow.
Yeah. What's the time difference between the?
I mean,
the
it's North America versus Russia here, so it's like
6 to 7 hours.
yeah.
And most of TLOS, I think, is in California on the West Coast, so I think that's 8 or 9 hours. Pretty big time difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty big.
What is... Okay, Hawk is kind of down here eating charges.
He was chasing
Severf
after
has
Zorba.
sieged on top, on the tower. He's going to eat the torp again. Yeah, I think he's just used to it at this point. It's like, there's the torp. Nuke
And
2!
then
Is he going to eat another nuke?
The nuke's the bigger one though, because it actually will black them out.
Severf,
so.
this is the lowest Severf has been in a while now, 6,000. Blackout
Ooh, and an actual blackout.
on Sonya as well, so no lockdown on Thunder. There is the blackout on Thunder and
counter
War.
blackout. That will allow Red Alert to hold a pretty strong position here.
Thunder is
Thunders.
2,000.
Hurt.
Amigo is staying on him.
Hurt.
Amigo is staying. Amigo eats a nuke. Amigo is using his ultimate. Everyone is knocked back. Yvonne is
Ivan.
4,000. Yvonne is
Ivan
2,000.
could be killed right here.
Yvonne is 1,700.
One
Hawk
more.
is 7,000
Yamato.
out of low energy.
Yamato.
Yvonne is 400.
Oh my
Yvonne
god.
is out of range.
That shockwave. That
War is
shockwave.
400. War goes down.
Oh.
No.
That shockwave almost killed his own teammate.
That was a very hot exchange. Amigo was diving on Zorba, I think it was, right?
Yeah, and then he got hit by the frigate. With a couple of shots. And
But he
freaked out.
also ate
he
the
freaked
nuke.
out and shockwaved.
He ate a nuke, turned around, shockwaved, knocked half his own team into their team, and War is the one who ends up dying. It was the lowest farm ship in the game. The Colossus, I think, was tapering off a little bit here. Now, as the longer the game goes, the more the Colossus can feel like it tapers off. But it's still no good news for TLOS here. I mean, that was one of their best situations, getting multiple nukes on a stationary target. Everything hit.
All these mines are still active. See if
He just
turned
turned them off.
He turned them off.
Sonya scans
Yeah, I
on
mean,
cooldown,
if they could snipe out the OV with mines, that would be.
but you gotta mind,
for them,
is
so.
Santa gonna imp Thunder here? In which case they will see the mines.
Up scan.
Oh,
Again, pick them all up.
we're motioning. Whoa,
But
Sonya
is jerking
stalls a
into the
little
whole
bit.
TLOS.
Blackout on just about everything. Zorba's... Oh, there's a nuke on Sonya, but he should be okay, but that might black out him again if it hits, which it does not. And things are looking good for Red Alert here. Barry Halls is not the same as Butt Hairs, right? Those are different people.
Those are different people.
Sometimes.
So, yeah, that would be Terry or Barry Halls that appears to be joining League of Shadows chat room. There's no reason for him to be entering that chat room.
Is Barry Halls on League of Shadows?
Barry Halls, no, but Butthurst
No.
Right,
I,
yeah, yeah.
I think he's potentially trolling. That's what I would arrive at.
Yeah, so this is trolling, not cheating.
Can you see that missile pod? Fly in a circle.
Hawk eats a little bit of mothership, or command mothership beam, yeah.
Probably gonna lose the tower right here if they
Battle
commit to
station
trying to take it.
16,000. Migo's Side Blast is 4,000 damage.
Now would be the time for several to siege up. The Torp and the nukes are still on cooldown. The Torp is up now, but the nuke and the blackouts are still on cooldown.
Thunder Siphon with lockdown, 7,000. Butt Hairs eats a Side Blast, loses all his shields. 4,000 life on Butt Hairs if he keeps eating Side Blasts.
Severf waiting for energy to siege. He's got it, but Doesn't look like he's going to siege.
Well,
He does siege. He's going to siege up way back by the mid-rock.
get a few shots off on Destroyer. Yvonne gonna push Destroyer back. He has Siphon, so he can't pop his own protective field, but Cornexus is close enough to keep him up.
So Cerberus is unsieged. He's moving forward.
Siege creeps on
You're gonna
bottom
siege
finally
again.
die. Tempests are coming up mid. Tempests at an hour into the game do 480 damage at 16 range each. That is 1,000 damage per volley. 1,200. No, that's not right. That's 1,600. Almost 2,000 damage per volley.
And now Blackout and Nuke are both back online.
Sonya's nuke is off cooldown, but he doesn't have a lot of energy. Destroyer X also doesn't have a lot of energy, but has, yeah. And Blackouts are available as well, so pretty much just everything is ready here. We could be looking at another hot exchange soon. Destroyer trying to kite Severf on the side, but he's put himself where Yvonne can cut him off. This could get a little bit dicey for him. Cornexus is not close. Severf sieges. Yvonne stays on. Destroyer, Cornexus gets there. He stays at 5,000.
The Red Alert team's pretty happy to leave that last tower standing. Maybe they don't want to get in a situation where all of TLOS is under their base defending. It's so hard to take out a Dreadnought when it's under the base sieged up.
Well, some of these guys have not upgraded in a while. We have a couple of ships. Everyone is above 500. Amigo has 1,000. Hawk has 1,000, and Sonic has 1,000. They might be thinking, you know, we can go get another range of it. We're going to have an easier time upgrading now. Why don't we spend our money, then come back and take the tower? Not
that was
risk
definitely
anything.
a successful contain too. Red Alert's now up by 2,000 farm.
Yeah, 2,300 or 2,030 farm.
Yeah,
To be precise.
yeah, that's a pretty substantial difference now.
Severf sieges, takes a nuke, is blocked out. 6,000, still in the lockout. 4,000, gonna.
Zorba's
If he
running
takes
from
this
Amigo
torp,
on the bottom.
if he takes the torp,
Amigo might have
oh,
a kill
does
here.
not.
Zorba gets 2
That was a
down.
close dodge on that torp.
And Zorba's now down to 1 health. His bioshield kicks in.
Oh, I didn't even
He's gonna
see
be
the
stuck
Zorba
back
so
in the
low.
cloud for a while.
Destroyer still trying to get some damage on the tower, but it's hard with... Oh, okay, there's a blackout on Severf and Hawk. Amigo spent his money. His Side Blast is now 4,065 damage, 700 energy, 21 range on Mutalisks, 15
That is
range
a
on Side
wicked
Blast.
Side Blast.
He does have Plague.
He's almost doing
as
as
well.
much damage as a normal nuke.
I just wanted to notate that it appears Barry Halls is using a VPN account, and he's also using Loco's nickname. I banned him for a day from the TeamSpeak server.
Thunder has picked up cover. Alright, TLOS is getting some upgrades now. Destroyer X, 23 missiles. Butt Hairs is 21 rockets, 675 energy, so he can maintain Ripwave pretty consistently. Severf is sieged. What was that? Oh, Destroyer keeps trying to launch his nuke and he loses vision. It's Or can you actually cancel PC nuke? I don't know. Is this another one of those trick shots?
No, you can't. I don't. Well, not that I know of. I've seen a way to do it.
Torp into the cloud, just to hit Sever. Poke away his shields. But he does not even take hull damage there. Destroyer X is very high.
Way out of
Hawk
position.
and Yvonne are cutting up a little bit, but it looks like he's just going to warp out. But now Pernexus is going to be taking a little bit of damage. Not a lot, though. Indigo Deer trying to get some side blasts on Zorba.
Both Red Siege now, Thunder and Sever.
Nuke
Sever
is
has
on
2
Yvonne.
additional range. So he'll be able to hit Thunder before
Yes.
Thunder can hit him.
Thunder has 17 versus the 19. That's a pretty significant range difference. Nuke is on Thunder. He's going to get blacked out. Zorba launches his
Zorba's
nuke
in a
on
bad
Sonya.
spot.
Sonya. Zorba goes down.
Down.
It's now
Just
6
trying to
for
do
4.
too much there on the bottom. Double blackout in the middle. Both Ravens blacked out and Sever blacked out, has to retreat. Siege comes off. But Red Alert is still
There's
pushing.
too much
still
damage
holding the
everywhere
middle.
for Nexus to cover everything everywhere.
About a 4,000 farm difference now.
Yeah. Well, Zorba was actually the highest farm ship on TLOS, so that was a massive loss. 1,500 farm.
And Red Alert's heading back to upgrade. This might be their last upgrade. Now they're up 64 with a pretty commanding farm lead.
And the stronger composition, fundamentally. You know, we said at the beginning, they have the stronger late game comp, and in an hour and 17 minutes, this is safely the late game.
Yeah, I would say so.
No damage gets onto the tower. TLOS, of course, was thinking about it. You know, they wanted to push up, get some farm, but they still have the damage that, you know, if they just left it totally independent, they really could have picked off that second tower. But Red Alert definitely will not let that happen.
Yeah, at this point it's going to be very difficult for TLOS to get back into this game. They're going to need some luck. Red Alert's going to need to make a mistake or two. And they're going to need to be on point.
At this point, you know, mines can seem nice. Sonya just used the scan, so he's not going to spot these. I think it'll be up just before he gets to the mines.
They're only at 3 on the mines, though. They're not going to do enough damage to...
Yeah, the idea here is that they would go back to base, upgrade the mines, and then hope that they hit them when they push them out. But that's presuming Red Alert ever leaves.
Right. Thunder Siege on the tower in defense. But Red Alert is still a little bit too far out to be in range.
But Harris has 700 farm to ship out, so it'll be interesting to see whether he does end up upgrading those mines.
Nukes away on Thunder.
And he gets him to 6. Not a strong commitment to the mines. But,
Here comes Sever and Ivan. Red Alert now sees both of the
Double siege out now, yep.
That top tower's going down.
For sure.
Torp on Yvonne. Yeah, I think this is a mistake. Thunder is trying to shoot Yvonne with Siege, and it's just not doing any
User
damage.
joined your channel.
Hey, Piper, we're in the middle of a cast right now.
Cornex is taking a lot of damage from Sever here. One more shot, he would have gone down.
One more lance and he would have killed Pernexus.
Thunder is 700. I think we're going to see E-shields. E-shields go up. 2000 E-shields
One
are
more
already up.
lance.
Blackout, he's going to be, well, he'll be okay for about 30 seconds until everything else moves up.
Yeah, they're stuck under their base now, though. I haven't Siege is up right in front of the base. Severus lining up to Siege also. There it is.
Ooh. And that side blast is nasty.
Destroyer X goes down, and this is pretty much the game here.
It is.
That's GG.
Oh, you gotta wait for Horn to call it. Unless Destroyer's a co-captain.
Horn wants to get that last Seeker off, maybe. No, not quite. But this
The
was a
Raven
good
goes
game.
down, the Dread goes down.
Yeah,
That's
very
it.
good game.
It was a good game. There were certain upgrades that should have been bought, though, that took way too long.
Yeah, you're thinking of Hardened Shield on War, and what else is
That was a big one. Waiting 30 minutes for Hardened Shield is it's unacceptable.
So in an 82-minute game, Red Alert takes a 1-0 lead in the series.
It was a good game, though.
All right, I'm gonna pause the stream while the next lobby gets set up. I'm imagining there might be a short break here. So I'll see you in the next one for the possible conclusion of this match between Red Alert and TLOS.